evening, my name's Alex Campbell.
And I'm Mark Palmer.
And Q is back! So Q is back? That's what I said, if you didn't understand it.
Yeah, I actually didn't. Okay. I heard the back part and I was trying to work out who exactly we were talking about.
Roll the clip again, but in slow-mo and with subtitles. Q is back! Q is back. That was my point.
In black?
No. No.
No, he didn't really black.
I don't think so.
No. Napoleon and shit, but not black.
Starfleet uniforms and whatnot. So, I think Star Trek works best when it's examining an idea. And the episodes that kind of don't work aren't doing that. But this episode is totally examining an idea. It's like the corruption of humanity through overuse of power. And it's really like at the heart of the episode. It's a bit rough around the edges. There are some points where like falters and trips. But for the most part, it's got Q in it, so it's great.
Every Q episode's great.
Yeah, and the idea examination is there. We don't quite get enough time with it, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, it was really cool where I was like, sort of like, it is good to use these powers for good and everything, but power corrupts.
Yeah, and absolute power
absolutely.
corrupts,
that's
absolutely. I've been listening to Frank Herbert's Dune series on audiobook, and a lot of that is about that concept. It's this character, Paul's son, Duke Leto II, and he eventually like mutates into this giant worm creature. He's like this tyrannical dictator who just has prescience and knows every possible future, and can read everyone's minds and stuff. And I mean,
he physically becomes a monster.
yeah, like he evolves and morphs into a monster. Literally. So yeah, I guess that's... And I did watch some other reviews where like people are like, oh, he should have saved that little girl. Alright, so let's set it up. The basic plot is Q rocks up, he takes the bridge crew, and he's testing Riker. He's giving Riker the Q powers to see what he'll do with this.
So you see, we must know more about this human compulsion. That's why we've selected you, Riker, to become part of the Q. So that you can bring to us this human need and hunger, that we may better understand it.
I suppose that's meant as a compliment, Q.
And what Q basically wants Riker to do is just embrace it and go wild. And
become a member of the Q so the Q can better off understand humanity.
Yeah, and Picard is on the other shoulder saying, you know, you can't do this. You'll do good at first, but eventually the power will corrupt.
But at the same time, he's also very much like, it is your decision in the end.
Yeah.
Which is very good. It's not just like, you're not allowed to do this, because Riker will just be like, bing, you're out of existence now.
It's very much, like a Riker-centric episode. It's about him. Q is testing him.
Use your power. Use your power.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, there's this point, right, which is like the ultimate test of his power, about midway through the episode, where the whole time, from the beginning of the episode, they're flying to this mining colony, which had a massive disaster. And there's this little girl who's basically been crushed and burned.
Yeah, by a bunch of rubble.
Yeah, which is like the ultimate test, you know. You're seeing this little girl who's died now. Are you going to save her? And all the emotional beats are there and it works perfectly. It's a bit cliched in its execution, you know. It's like, you know, the little girl's
80s
dead.
though.
Yeah, that's true.
Sir, if indeed you have the power of Q.
I don't understand. Certainly you can't bring her back to life.
I can't. I'm prevented from that by a promise.
And he ends up not saving her, and there's some reviews I've watched where like, you know, Picard's an asshole, he should have let Riker do it, Riker should have saved her. I'm like,
Picard didn't stop Riker from doing that. Like,
that's true.
That was Riker's decision, just going by what Picard had said before.
And Riker does get pissed off, but yeah, I side with Picard. I think, like, you know, 1,000 years, you're all good and you're doing your thing and helping humanity, but eventually you're going to become Duke Leto II and morph into a giant tyrannical dictator who just has power upon the weak and abuses your power. I mean, how long does it take for a human to get corrupted?
Oh, fuck.
Not long.
Not long.
First paycheck comes on your desk and you're like, I'll do it.
Pretty much. I mean, there are examples of when it doesn't, but
I mean, there
it's
are...
very rare.
Yeah, there are some people, I guess, who were in power that didn't get corrupted, but very much the essence of humanity, power, money,
Corruption.
fame, women, corrupts us.
Mm-hmm. Because we're not supposed to have that much power.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that, Mark.
We have no power.
No money, no women. No, it's not true.
Yeah,
we both have partners.
We
Yeah.
both have.
Yeah. You know, believe it or not, we review Star Trek on YouTube, but we both have partners.
And kids.
Yeah. Bucking the nerd stereotype.
Data, if you've got a theory about what's happening,
Think fast, Commander Riker, and move fast.
There are a few moments where John Delancey plays Q. Is it Delance or Delancey?
I don't know. Q.
Yeah, the guy who plays Q, John Delance. One of them. He's hamming it up and I'm acting so much, but I like it. It's like the Shatner thing, you know, where he's overacting and
No one can do it as much as Shatner can.
Yeah.
But yes, I know exactly what you mean. So over the top.
I'll cut in the clip here. There's a clip from the bridge.
we don't have time for these games.
Games? Did someone say games? And perchance for interest's sake, a deadly game? To the game.
And then there's a clip later on where he's talking to Riker.
Well, as you said, I'm nothing if not imaginative. And the game should reflect that. Shall it be a test of strength? Meaningless, since you have none. A test of intelligence, then? Equally as meaningless. But it needs risk. Something to win. And something to lose.
And yeah, he's just like, the actor's having fun and it's interesting. That's what I've always said. Even if it's bad, as long as it's not boring, it's fine. Like a lot of old Doctor Who is bad, but it's interesting.
Like that plastics couch scene.
Yeah. And same with TOS. It may be not so good. Actually, there are some really boring TOS episodes. That's the three categories I put TOS in. So bad it's good, just boring, and then actually really good sci-fi. Talking about TOS, I love like that planet they go down to, which is so obviously a sound stage. Just looks so fake with the green sky and the like paper mache rocks.
Oh, is that the episode of Fights the Gorn?
Yeah, but in this episode they go to one of those like fake set planets as well, and like that is so TOS.
Like even when in that episode where he fights the Gorn, he like picks up a styrofoam boulder and throws. Like if it was an actual rock, there's no fucking way he could pick that up.
Yeah.
And he just like you can just see how light it is when he throws it.
There's a scene too in this episode where Data's throwing rocks, and they're obviously styrofoam, but it looks more convincing. They put like dust on them and stuff.
You're getting close, Dave.
Yeah, plus Data's supposed to be an android, super strong.
Yeah.
Like, yar. I'm gonna be so
Where's my pipe?
I'm gonna be so depressed when she dies. We can no longer do that joke. It's like one of our
Roll the
things
joke
now.
again.
Oh yeah, yar.
Totally weird.
It's just it's better, even better the second time.
Yeah.
No, I was going somewhere with that yar statement. It wasn't just to say yar.
I interrupted you. I apologize for a cheap, horrible joke.
That moment where she gets sent to the back to the ship.
Yeah.
And Picard's like being nice to her and everything. And she's all like, "If you weren't the captain."
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, she
comes out of nowhere. Like Picard's, he's not. like
seductive or anything.
No, it's not sexual. He's being like a dad. It's like you're
just
crying, but it's all G. And
all she needs to do is bite her bottom lip, like and you're just like.
Don't worry. There is a new ship standing order on the bridge. When one is in the penalty box, tears are permitted.
Captain. Oh, if you weren't a captain.
It's funny, apparently that was meant to be Troy, but something happened to whatever her face is, Marina Sirtis.
Oh, Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. So, like, she isn't in this episode, which is great.
I'll take her over her mum any day.
I think her mum's in the next episode.
Yes! I'm so happy.
We should get shit-faced to that episode.
Yes, we should.
Jar Jar Binks of Star Trek.
Oh, and she's in more than one season too, it's great.
And she's in DS9.
That's what I meant to say, more than one series.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that scene was meant to be Troy, which still is like, what the fuck? Why are you coming onto the card like that?
Yeah,
but it makes less sense for Yar, because as we've spoke about, Yar was like attacked by rape gangs. And
Yar! I guess at the same, I mean, that could be taken down to like she should be traumatized by no one and anything to do with it, but I mean, you do get cases where people who end up like that
become more
things
sexually
like
promiscuous.
more sexual, yeah.
Yeah, that is a thing too. So yeah, I guess, you know. I mean, I don't really think they're getting that far into psychology
I think
and
that,
in the writing.
Although I think that would be more like coming down to like molestation rather than rape. Like
yeah,
say.
I think she was like an adult.
She was like, they're not gonna like kill her and shit. It's not just.
You should be really distant emotionally and sexually. But there's been like 3 or 4 moments where she's down for it. Yeah. She's fucked Data in that Fuck Planet 1. She said something like, "Oh, they fuck her. Oh, they fuck at the drop of a hat." Geordie says, and then she's like, "Any hat." And now she's like, "If you had to catch it."
I mean, he'd probably.
We just needed like a close up of Patrick Stewart after that, like.
Oh am I?
You've misread me.
I'm sure he needs a Viagra or something.
I mean, he's pretty asexual. There are a few romances, but he doesn't.
I mean, you can tell that he's crushing on Crusher.
I mean, yeah, they explore that further on.
There's also the fact that his her husband was his best friend, who he kind of sentenced to death.
Yeah, they have emotional baggage.
Yeah,
so they never really do the romance thing.
But it's there, which I actually like because it's there, and they didn't pursue it out of a good reason. But the fact that it's still there for their characters makes me think that's good. They didn't just throw it in there because it was there. It was more like what would be in a real life situation. It's not appropriate. There's a lot of baggage there.
And it never ends up.
There's just there's chemistry, but no.
Yeah, which happens in real life all the time.
Exactly.
Just like subtly like someone, they subtly like you, and then life moves on, you never see them again.
Exactly.
Jurassic Park thing. That signifies sad emotional breakup. What did you think of the Picard trailer, Mark?
You commanded the greatest rescue armada in history. Then, the unimaginable. What did that cost you? Your faith? Your faith in us?
We got like a shot of Boots, then a shot of Vines, then a shot of old man Patrick Stewart, and then it said Picard, and I was like, well, that was 30 seconds of something.
I mean, I feel like...
Oh, we got a shot of a wine bottle?
and the wine bottle actually says Picard on it too.
That's what I'm drinking tonight.
But you're drinking Picard.
Yeah, 2,300.
Basically, it's. I watched that like the day or two after I watched the finale of Game of Thrones, and at that point I was so cynical about any TV series or anything that could possibly come out because they destroyed Star Wars, which I love. They destroyed Game of Thrones, which I love. I'm just like, I was watching the trailer, and literally as soon as I finished watching it, I turned to Chrissy and said, "It's just gonna be shit like everything else."
And you booted up heroin and cut your wrist.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like it could go either way.
I feel like if I watched it again now, I may not be quite as cynical. But at the same time, yes, I don't understand what that has to do with anything that the series will actually be about, because there's no way we're going to be watching him making wine. He's clearly going to be in space.
There's an outline for it, and it's like, yeah, and then he goes on an adventure or whatever. What you'd expect from a show. But yeah, no, coming down off Game of Thrones, I can understand that, and The Last Jedi. It's like this could go either way. We love Patrick Stewart and we love Star Trek, but you know, I've been waiting 30 years to see Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford reprise their iconic roles, which are so impactful to my childhood. What the fuck?
And then they just shit the bed.
Yeah, blood too. Shit, blood.
It was diarrhea.
But blood.
Bloody diarrhea.
Yeah. I mean, Han Solo was handled well. I will always enjoy watching Harrison Ford in The Force Awakens.
Therefore, you will always enjoy Han Solo because his entire career as Han Solo was nothing went wrong. I believed every part of him in The Force Awakens.
And then you get to The Last Jedi and you're like, now for
That
Luke.
being said, if it was J.J. Abrams' version of Episode 8, even Luke may not have been disappointing. By how well he handled the Han Solo, I imagine he would have done a decent job with Luke.
We'll never know.
No. Once again, we cannot go through a review without bringing up The Last Jedi.
It's been like 2 years, we still haven't gotten over it.
I don't know if I ever will, to be honest.
I mean, that video you showed me is like a little supercut of Luke Skywalker. I was just like, there's so much nostalgia and impact wrapped up in that character.
And it does it didn't show anything from The Last Jedi, except for him standing there thinking about his past.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, these guys clearly know Star Wars. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. They didn't even show his death, it was just like...
I think maybe it came out before The Last Jedi.
But I swear, it might have been from the trailer they had that picture, because that was like the old...
Yeah, it was the profile shot of him.
Of the dirty art, not dirty art Luke Skywalker, but you know, the old...
Grizzled.
Depressed.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker wasn't the one in The Force Awakens who had the bright white robes and... You know, like legit, like he was like a Jedi Master in that. He turned around with his white robes on and...
I mean, he left a map for them to find him. Ryan Johnson just forgot about that. And then they opened the film and he's like, I didn't want you to find me, I want to die here. He literally left a map in R2-D2 for them to find him. And then it's just like, nah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, just same with Game of Thrones. We kind of forgot about this. We kind of forgot about that.
Wow, Game of Thrones is a whole nother kettle of fish.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about that.
We're probably reviewing Star Trek or something.
We're talking about Star Wars and Game of Thrones. It's because we talked about the Patrick Stewart trait. Oh, there's Picard.
Yeah, no, it was organic. It just kind of trailed off. Picard, I'm hopeful and I don't want it to be bad. I'm not a cynical asshole. If something's bad, I will be critical of it. But I don't want Star Wars to be bad. I don't want Star Trek to be bad. I don't want Game of Thrones to be bad. I want to enjoy all of this.
We are going to be reviewing that together though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We should do like every episode as it comes out.
Good.
I think it's like 10 episodes.
I'm happy to do that. I want to do that.
Good, let's do it.
Tell us, why did you leave Starfleet, Admiral?
Yeah, so I also love like how weird and surreal this episode is. We get those like French resistant pig monster characters.
Yeah, we shoot lasers from their, what's it called?
Yeah, muskets.
Muskets.
But they're like laser muskets. It's just like so weird and obscure, but I love all that.
And phasers were super explosive as well.
Yeah.
Drop your weapons!
I'm afraid that was me, Worf. I was checking to see if the phasers still operate.
Fight at the end is funny too. The bridge crew comes down and Worf, who's supposed to be like a great warrior, he just runs in without a phaser and he gets fucking bayoneted. And then fucking Wesley.
Full on bayoneted too. Oh my god, I was like, oh for fuck's sake, Wesley. Why did he have to come down?
It's like he's written as a highly intelligent character, and then he just runs towards like several armed enemies that have just murdered Worf in front of him. And I mean, it's good to see Wesley run through, but it's like, why are you so stupid?
I remember saying when I was watching it, like, why couldn't they just not fix that? Like, he fixes
dies.
everything else and Wesley just dies there.
And then, like, yeah, we get Crusher, who's just lost her husband and her son and all that grief. That would be a great character.
It was a weird scene on the bridge when Wesley became an adult, though.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because it's always a weird thing, because there's a Stargate episode, right, where Richard Dean Anderson, who is Colonel Jack O'Neill, he becomes an old man. But now, knowing what Richard Dean Anderson as an old man looks like, it's like, that's not old man Richard Dean Anderson. And with this, like, we know what Will Wheaton looks like as an adult. He sure as fuck doesn't look like that guy.
Have your favorite wish, my young friend. You're 10 years older, a man.
Yeah, that guy was like...
He was like buff,
yeah,
blonde hair, beach, like California, bodybuilder guy.
Yeah.
It's like, why would Wesley grow up to be... I guess Riker is turning him into like the idealistic version of alpha male. It's like, this is what you want to be an adult alpha male.
But he looked like a total pillow biter.
Yeah, well, it's weird too, because he's still wearing Wesley's gay dick jumper.
Yeah, I guess
an
that
outfit.
Yeah, that.
And then they've like ADR'd Will Wheaton's voice onto his mouth, but like lowered it down, like pitched it down to make him sound like an adult. And yeah, just the whole thing was like weird.
Commander Riker, it's too soon for this.
If this is because your mother objects.
No. I just want to get there on my own. Honest.
That ending sequence though, I do like, because like Riker starts giving everyone what they want, but they all push back on it, because like if you get something that you don't work hard for, the reward isn't as good.
I mean, yes,
It's
I
not
definitely
fulfilling.
agree with that, but when it comes to things like Geordie's eyesight and Data having, like, becoming human, that's not something either of them can work towards.
Yeah, I mean, Geordie's always going to be blind.
But at that point, they realised that what they had to do to get their, like, second in charge back, their commander.
Yeah, I think part of it too is like, we don't want to be indebted to the Q. They're fucking psychos.
Then we can throw away the visor.
I don't think so, sir. Price is a little too high for me. And I don't like who I'd have to thank.
But yeah, I like the idea of like not working hard for what you want to achieve. If you get it easy, it's not as fulfilling.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. I also wanted Riker to give Picard hair. I thought that would have been awesome.
But it's like because it's Phil the Ace, it's like a really bad toupee.
I was imagining like a big black afro. He's like, Wesley, you're a man. Geordie, you can see. Picard, you have hair. And just like,
just gives Yar this big black dildo.
basically, I think it reflects like season 1 of TNG. It's a bit rough around the edges, and there are some parts where it's a bit like, yeah, and yeah, it's like I really like the idea of Riker and his progression and him becoming embittered and disenfranchised towards the rest of the crew, but that emotional moment, it happens too quick. He can't say...
I don't feel like you would change that fast. Like he's legit like on first name basis and everything, like Jean-Luc and shit. You would not be like that in that amount of time.
Well, it's a great idea, but you need more time to develop it. Like if this was a 2-parter.
I don't think it would have been able to be made into a 2-parter though. I don't think there's enough there.
I don't know. I just think the idea of Riker becoming more like a slow progression of his corruption and
maybe
his disdain towards Riker. Yeah, I mean, it's because of the format of like, you know, the 45 minutes and, you know, like it's the 80s. it's a fucking serialized fucking sci-fi series in the 80s. They don't do big overarching narratives. Like everything now, it's like, you know, like a soap opera. One episode leads into the other. They don't really do serialized things anymore. So unfortunately, the formula, the format and the time, it doesn't allow that idea, which I think is a really good idea, to properly get developed.
I could have saved that child.
You were right not to try. Once you became accustomed to that power, number one.
When I used it before, what happened? I saved most of our bridge crew.
And when you grow to like it too much?
As soon as it's convenient, Captain. I want a meeting with you and your bridge staff.
As soon as we are secure of this rescue operation, I'll discuss all of this new power.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see like a 2-hour movie of Riker slowly like using his powers more and turning against Picard and
Just like stirring his coffee with.
yeah. And slowly it become more and more angry, but it was a switch got flipped. He couldn't save the girl and he's like, fuck all of you. I was like, okay.
It's like these douchebag. You flicked the switch, but you still didn't save the girl. Like,
No, the girl never got saved.
couldn't he just do this from the ship and just know exactly where she is and like bang, bring her back?
Yeah.
I guess she'd be buried and like it'd be like horrific for her to come back at that point.
Yeah, maybe.
That's pretty dark.
So yeah, in conclusion, a great idea. I think Star Trek works best when it's examining an idea, and the idea here that power corrupts absolutely, and the slow corruption of Riker is great. Just in execution, you know, can be a bit cliched or a bit silly or a bit low budget. But I mean, what do you want?
In Star Trek.
Yeah, it's fucking like 30 years old.
I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was good. Every episode of the Q I enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, that is also the other main factor. John DeLance as Q, doing his thing, overacting, it's great. Also loved Patrick Stewart reading Shakespeare. It's like you can tell the guy is like a Shakespearean actor when he does it. It's just like, yeah.
Interesting cue. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Perhaps maybe a little, Hamlet?
Oh, no, I know Hamlet. And what he might say with irony, I say with conviction. What a piece of work is man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form, in moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. Surely you don't see your species like that, do you?
Yeah. That comes a lot later too. More Shakespeare shit comes later. They haven't really gotten into Picard's speeches yet. I'm waiting so much for his speech. I love his speeches.
That's the best part about him. Just the guy acting. Just like put a fucking camera on Patrick Stewart, give him some lines to read, and it'll just be amazing. like that is Picard's best element. Just Patrick Stewart acting. And that's what we're gonna get in the new series.
Unless he's senile.
He has to be intelligent. He has to be Picard.
I meant Patrick Stewart.
I mean, he's like 80.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he can still act.
I imagine he can.
He was in Logan.
He wouldn't be signed
well,
up for
in Logan he was portraying an old...
It's just going to be so weird seeing him that old as Picard.
It's going to be something.
It'll be a show.
I mean, if it's good, it'll be so great. And I actually really need it to be good at this point. Like you said, Game of Thrones, Star Wars, and Star Trek Discovery. Just like, I would like this... I would really like this to be good.
At least, okay, no, I would really like this to at least be decent. Decent. Just give me something decent, something that's not burning in flames.
Yeah, like, you know, like Vikings level of quality.
Dude, that's not deep. Vikings is great. That's not decent.
When Vikings is fucking hitting it, it's fucking amazing.
Fucking smashing it.
Travis Fimmel is
it's pounding the shit out.
It's like strangling it and just smashing it and putting a cigarette out. This is horrible sexist analogy.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Like Vikings.
Yeah. Watch Vikings. Alright, thank you for watching. Really, like, subscribe, and comments. Got all the factual nappies. Oh, thank you, and good night.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally this time.
pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way. We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened.